Hi, thank you for clicking on the video, and I hope everyone is doing really well. So today I am going to be reacting to a new individual and some of their YouTube videos. Now, I used to watch this person every day. I still might be subscribed to them. I actually don't know because I kind of stopped watching them because they kind of started to irritate me. And looking back, I cannot believe that I did watch this person as much as I did, and that I thought they made sense. They've kind of just gone down a path that I cannot follow. So yes, I am reacting to Alan Roberts. Why are you so angry? You take 1 minute, a 1 minute video just to like be mean. That's just like a waste of a minute. If you don't know, Alan Roberts is a fitness commentator, YouTube channel, health. I'm not entirely sure. Gradually over time, I realized he's just an angry person. Let's just watch his last week of videos, I guess. Starting with one that was uploaded 14 minutes ago called Love Your Kids Enough to Keep Them Healthy.
It really is one of the tragic things of our times. We see people all the time, I love my kids, and my kids this, and my kids that, blah, blah, blah. Morbidly obese people make morbidly obese children. If you love your kid, you would escape morbid obesity, the prison you built for yourself, because chances are, if you're morbidly obese, your children are going to be morbidly obese. You're putting them in the prison that you know is bad for you. We can talk about all the body positivity crap all you want, but most of the time, people that make morbidly obese children are because they're morbidly obese themselves, and they feed their children the same food that they're eating. That's exactly what happens. You say you love your children, but you won't cook for them, you won't go grocery shopping for them. It's too much for you. Is it too much trouble to feed your children wholesome, healthy food?
He just comes across as very angry, whether he is or not. That's how he comes across. And I think at this point, he knows that's how he's perceived. He knows that's probably why a lot of people click on him. They know he's going to be angry. They find entertainment from it. Maybe they find it cringy to the level of passion he goes to over some of the topics that don't need that level of passion or anger. Or sometimes he just seems like he hates, like it's hatred. That individual's unhealthy. How is that affecting you personally? My own personal belief on the topic of child obesity, he does make a good point. Obese parents tend to have obese children. You feed your kids what you're eating. So if you're not eating well, your kids probably aren't eating well. Sometimes health is not the priority in certain situations. I live in a not affluent community, and so I know for a vast majority of families around here, the priority is not health. The priority is, can I feed my kids tonight? That's the priority. Can I put something in front of my kid so that they don't go to sleep starving? Can I give them something so they don't go to school starving? Can I feed them? Do I have the money for them to be able to eat at school? Like, that sometimes is the priority. And for him to kind of, his tone changed into kind of a mocking kind of tone where he was just like, I don't have the time to do it. Well, maybe that person, maybe that single mom or that single dad is working 3 jobs and still can't really afford, you know, food. And around here, sometimes the choice is, do I feed my family or do I keep a roof over our heads and pay rent? That's a legitimate question that a lot of people face. Not just in my community, but in the United States and in the world. A lot of places. That is a reality. Good job, Alan, that's not a reality for you. I'm very happy that that's not a reality for you, but that's a reality for a lot of people. If you're able to love your kid in a, by giving them healthy food, love them. But if you can love them by simply feeding them, that's good enough. Like, that's good enough. Like, that is enough. I feel like he's gonna make a point of like, you don't really love your kids because you're feeding them garbage. No, shut up. I don't want to hear it. So we're not even going to finish that one. All right, next one. Why obesity is promoted by consumption society. 57 seconds long. Let's do it.
That is horrible. That's what people don't understand.
Here's the comment he's replying to. I thought this when I CT scanned a morbidly obese mom who stroked out and crashed her car with her 16-year-old in it with her. I guess that was a response to something, but I don't know what it was a response to.
90% of all type 2 diabetes cases, 80% of all cardiovascular disease, 50% of all cases of stroke, as you're talking about, 35% of all cases of cancer can be avoided with lifestyle changes. We just don't want to see it that way in society because obese people consume more food, more pharma, more fuel, more everything than anything else. So platforms like TikTok and YouTube and Instagram and Facebook are going to push obesity. They're going to make it seem like it should be normal. And we're going to push the content that says, I can be healthy and 300 pounds, and look at me, I'm body positive, and I'm such a hero for showing up in a bikini when I'm morbidly obese. Wear what you want to wear. Act how you want to act. But let's not pretend that this is not death happening. Let's not pretend that this is not people eating themselves to death.
It's not that, social media is pushing obesity in our faces to normalize it. What they're trying to normalize is acceptance of these people. Don't judge them. Don't treat them any differently. Don't bully them. We're not trying to normalize obesity. Like, if we were, it wouldn't be called an epidemic. It's not normalizing death. It's normalizing these are people too, and they deserve respect. Next video. Do not have children if you cannot love them more than you love food.
How are we doing, everybody? My name is Alan Roberts, and today, just like just about every day in a super sensitive dimension that is 2020's going on forward, I'm about to hurt a lot of people's feelings today. And if you don't like it, I don't give a fuck. I'm just going to be real about that. Like, this enough, people. So here's the message for today.
Let me guess. He's going to invalidate people's existence. Let's see if I'm right.
If you're going to be an obese motherfucker and continue to be obese after you have children, don't have fucking children. And don't continue to have fucking children. It's abuse. It's absolutely abuse. I posted this about this Wisconsin state senator who everybody's trying to make it to be about the fucking shit that's going on with the pandemic, whatever. This man has no business having children, if you ask me. No business. When are you going to put your children first? A real man, a real parent will put their children ahead of their love for food.
Okay, so are we basing that simply off of a photograph, or has this senator said something? Has he shown in public him choosing food over his children? Or are we simply deciding that based off of that family photo? Or that, photo of him where, he's clearly overweight, significantly overweight, obese. I don't know what his weight is. Don't know what his BMI is. What are we basing that off of?
This man's clearly eating himself to death, probably putting his bad food behaviors onto his children.
Clearly. Based on what?
And his children get to grow up knowing he's likely not going to be at their weddings because he loves pizza, cake, or whatever he's addicted to more than them.
I had both pizza and cake this week. Stop demonizing food and people. Stop demonizing people for their choices. And you don't know what his choices are. Like, do you follow him around 24/7 to know exactly what it is he's eating? I don't think so.
It is disgusting to me. This is not fat shaming. This is actually saying the reality that this man loves food more than he loves his family, and that makes him less of a fucking man to me.
So Alan Roberts has put out the scale of what a real man is, like it matters.
I understand what it's like to have problems with food. I am a binge eater. I know I have been unhealthy myself before. And because I love my family and my goal is to hold my wife's hand while we're watching the sun go down over the Gulf of Mexico when I'm 90 and getting ready to dance at my grandchildren's or great-grandchildren's wedding, whichever comes first, I understand. I was being a weak-ass, punk-ass motherfucker that was putting all sorts of other shit ahead of my family, the most important thing that should be in your lives. If you don't want to have children and you don't have children and you want to teetotal your life, you do you. I suggest you still try to be as happy and healthy. If you claim you actually love yourself, you will try to be the healthiest version possible and live as long, happy, healthy life as possible.
How do you know that person isn't doing that? Like, how do you know he isn't making changes? You see an obese person and then what? They hear you insult them and then the next day they're suddenly like 200 pounds down? That's not how it works. He himself talks about like gradual weight loss and how that's the way to do it. I don't know, give the person the benefit of the doubt. Whether you think it or not, but like just choose to believe they love their kids. Like, just choose to believe that that could be a possibility despite the parent's body size. I don't know. I'm just throwing options out there. Let's do another one. Oh boy. You don't need those groceries, bro.
Happy Monday, everybody. Alan Robertson, sticking with the theme of my content for 2020 and 2021 of upsetting most of you by stating very realistic, basic things about how most of society is gluttoning themselves and then slothing themselves into a state of very ill health. I want you to take a look at this picture. This picture that kind of, I don't know, exemplifies America in 2021.
There were obese people before 2021. I just want to throw that out there. But...
And I want to suggest that if you out there use a motorized cart to shop for your groceries, if you use a motorized cart for the sole reason that you are too fucking fat to walk around comfortably, I'm going to suggest you don't need that food.
People still need to eat, even if they're overweight or obese. Food keeps you alive. What are they supposed to do? Just hide in their house and have everything delivered? That would be worse. I'm like, I don't even want to hear him speak anymore. I don't know who he thinks he's talking to. Like, I don't know if he knows that, like, the people he thinks he's trying to reach, like fat America, I don't think they want to listen to him. I don't think they want to watch him. He thinks if I bully hard enough, if I'm aggressive enough, passionate enough, swear enough, insulting enough, people will change. No, I mean, that might work for some people, and I know it does work for some people, but I think for the vast majority of people, we're just looking for kindness. The only way I was able to recover myself and actually learn how to love myself was through granting myself kindness. Beating myself up and criticizing myself is what got me into the issue in the first place. Overcritical eyes on me, overcritical statements from people got to me to the point where I was like, I guess I do have to make a change, and the change I made almost killed me. Sometimes showing kindness and gentleness and mercy towards a person works a lot better than anger and frustration and just pissing people off. I don't know, Alan Roberts might be my new Freely. I don't know. I'm still open to video suggestions. Anyway, I think that Alan Roberts is harmful to people. I think he sometimes has a good message. It's just his delivery needs a little work. That's it. Just needs a little working on. He needs to be careful about how far he goes, because I think sometimes he goes too far. It's not that he is spreading misinformation, but it's his approach. It's kind of like if you hear someone hurting your friend, like saying something to them that's hurtful, to grabbing your friend and saying, hey, come over here. Don't listen to that. I think this is what they're trying to say. They're just not very good at saying it. There's a disconnect. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you did not enjoy it, you can give it a thumbs down. That is cool too. I don't mind. If you're not subscribed already, please consider subscribing and be sure to hit the notification bell to stay notified of all future uploads. If you have any comments, questions, video suggestions, anything at all, feel free to leave that in the comment section below. Be sure to follow me over on Instagram, and I will see you next time. Bye!